Hello, everybody, people who speak English in our school. Good afternoon for everybody, and good night for some of you because you are in another part of the world, like in Middle East, in India, Asia. There is a long, is another time. Hello, how are you? I'm here to talk with you with another topic that we will that we will teach in our school in this webinar. As you see there, this is the next webinar. We will. It's not a webinar. It's a workshop of 2 days, and one of the topics will be this that we will talk today. That is the connection between the foot support and the the foot support and the craniofacial dysfunction. We was talking in this time for in different topics how the craniofacial system dysfunction affect the eyes, the oculomotor system. Today we will talk how it will affect chronically the foot support. And as it's a very, I hope you enjoy the webinar. Okay, we will start with our presentation, and is the craniofacial system and the foot support. How, when our craniofacial system is in dysfunction, how can it affect the rest of the body? When we're talking regarding the craniofacial system, we're talking about a big system who is a big disturber of the whole body, the posture. Today, we're talking how slowly, obviously, this is chronically, it's not in one day. And that is the thing we have to understand. It's not in one day. But if we understand that we can stop the problem at the beginning. What they mean? We can stop the problem at the beginning. Each local dysfunction can alter another part of the body. What they mean? That when we have a dysfunction in our body, we can have a reaction in another part of our organisms. And for this reason, it's very, very important to know the interrelationships between the whole systems of the body, because one dysfunction can affect the other part of the body. Don't forget that ever. Craniomandibular dysfunction can obviously chronically affect the podal support. Podal support, as the oculomotor system, is another main receptor of our tonic postural system. When we're talking about craniofacial system, we're talking not only jaw, TMJs, teeth, the whole. We call that in our school craniomandibular, cervical, and postural system, connected through the rest of the body with the yoid system. All the dysfunctions, not TMJ dysfunction, all dysfunctions of the craniomandibular system can affect the muscle chain. If we affect the muscle chains, our posture is at there. So don't forget ever that. If we have a dysfunction, that's very important you understand. If you have an upper dysfunction that can affect with hyperactivity or hypoactivity the muscle change, it will affect the rest of the body. Don't forget that, please. TMJs, as you know very well, the people who follow me, they know very, very well that TMJs, it is not only a joint, it's part of this craniomandibular system. This craniofacial dysfunction in a chronic form generate obvious a dysfunction in the muscle chains. And slowly, that can affect the foot support. The first thing that it will affect is the neck, the cervicals. That is the first thing. When we have a dysfunction in the craniofacial system, the first thing that is affected is the cervicals. We see that in a video before. If you want in YouTube, there is these videos. You can go there and you can find what is the neck, the link between these things. Don't forget that when jaw position change affect the hyoid systems and block slowly the cervicals, and then slowly they can affect the neuromuscular system, creating a postural disease that can arrive to the foot. How does affect the jaw position, the muscle change? Very simple. When I did a little reaction, when the mandibular changed the position, the defense is the bruxism. Remember, the bruxism is a defense of our body, who is creating chronically muscle hyperactivity and then chronic postural alteration arriving to the foot. Today we will see how, because we measure that with an instrument in Posterometry, and you can see how that can be affected. Bruxism, danger, and then the effect. Changing the jaw position, increase the pressure into the muscle chain, into the TMJs. And then after that, sending through the proprioceptors an alarm to the central nervous system, starting the bruxism, and then this slowly from here is creating hyperactivity, arriving to the foot chronically, and is altering the foot support. Bruxism creates a domino effect that obviously chronically it will create a chronic pain and an injuries into the body. The most dangerous situation into these changes of the position is when the jaw is changing on the back, like this. You see, when joint is changing on the back, it's changing on the back, and also when the patient, for different causes, is losing the vertical dimension, is creating a big hyperactivity, mainly in the suboccipitals, in all cranial muscles, neck muscles and slowly going down. Retroposition, vertical dimension loss is creating hyperactivity in these areas, and the first symptom is adaptive scoliosis, and slowly is creating adaptation in the foot support, and chronically can create a big problem in this receptor. This situation creating hyperactivity there first, there obviously slowly going down, and also is creating hyperactivity in these muscles that it will block the craniosutures and the craniosacral breathing, and also that is creating postural alteration. With the posturometric diagnosis, we studied that many years ago with the research, how it will affect the rest of the body. Yeah? Posturometry is the science that analyzes and measures the body static posture. It measures the body's static posture balance and evaluate the activity of the postural receptors. Eyes, mouth, and this is necessary for what? To see if they are in balance or not. And with that, we can study what happened with our posture, with our tonic postural system. When we're talking about posturology, posturology is a clinical diagnosis. In our R.M.P, in our myofunctional postural rehabilitation, we study also the posturometric diagnosis. Is an instrument that is doing an objective diagnosis. You will see how in this small webinar. This posturometer is the best way to measure and to analyze, to project, and then to treat. It's based in the concept of Kepanji. Kepanji was a physiotherapist, is a physiotherapist because he's alive. He's a physiotherapist who studied the body weight distribution on the floor. He studied how the body weight was distributed in our feet. Studied that this was distributed in the first metatarsus, fifth metatarsus, and calcaneus, with a special percent in each area. We don't talk here about posturometry, no, but just to explain what you see. This platform, this posturometer, have these sensors in these areas and measure what happened with our posture. Many years ago, I did a research that to measure what happened with if the jaw is changing position with the pre-contact. We create pre-contact. We create artificial pre-contacts in each area, in each teeth, and observe what happened. Every time that the pre-contact was in the area of the incisors and canines, that means incisors and canine is the frontal teeth. When this area was in the frontal teeth, we we observe that the subject reduced the load on the first metatarsal. The contact on the premolar and molar area results in a reduced load on the fifth metatarsal. And when we created precontact in the area of the second and third molar, the result was the reduced load on the calcaneus. Imagine that situation. How can affect the foot if our teeth, that means when the mouth is closed and is creating precontacts, how the body change? How is losing the load in these areas? Important areas of the body weight distribution of our static posture. If you see that, you can observe that the graphic is like this. The teeth, first and third, that we call that anterior guide in dentistry. It affects this area. It affects this area. When we have precontact in the fourth and fifth, that means the first premolar, the second premolar, and the first molar is losing weight here in the fifth metatarsus. And when the precontact was created in the seventh and the eighth, the second and third molar, that we call that the posterior guide. Be careful. We lose the load here in the calcaneus. Imagine the situation is like this. This area, anterior guide, occlusal plane, and the spear curve. We see now, this is, we see that in the measure, what happened. We have here a lateral deviation. Can you see here? A lateral deviation. Lateral deviation. Look at here. Open mouth. And then the mouth closed. Look at here how it's losing here when the triangle is red and the point on the back is less charged in this area. Look at how is looking here the area. What I mean that? That means that if we have in this area we have the situation like this, we can observe that losing the weight in this particular area. Imagine the connection between the occlusion and the foot support. How can it will affect, and what happened chronically is affecting and is creating adaptation in the foot. Here, look at a deep bite, and this is mouth open and mouse close. Mouse open on the left, mouse close on the right. The triangles are green when the mouse are open. And when the subject closes the mouse, look at here. This is the torsion of the body here. Torsion of the body. And how is an inclination, and how is losing here weight in the foot support. Look at here. Another little retroposition of the jaw. And mouse open here. When the subject closes the mouse, the reds appear. That means losing load here and increasing here. Imagine how can the occlusion, how can the bite, our bite, how can affect the foot support. This is immediately. Imagine every day we swallow and we create this precontact, and when we sleep with the bruxisms, how it will affect the muscle change to arrive to the foot support. That's very important. We notice that and we investigate that. Look at that. Open mouth here, close the mouth. How is losing weight here? Here is a precontact with losing weight. And look at how it's increasing the overload to the left side. That is a proof. That is an instrument. Okay, this is the concept I want to transmit to you, and all this and more we will learn in our workshop. I hope I found a lot of you in our workshop in the 11 of April. Don't miss it. It's 11 of April and 25 of April. 2 days workshop. We will learn this and more in our school. And don't forget to follow us in our social, in YouTube channel. YouTube channel, you have a lot of videos, a lot of videos in our channel. A lot of video. If you go there, is a lot of video. And if you go to this website that I show you, this website you can see the program of our course, and also the topics we will deal in this. Okay, this is the workshop. This is the workshop where we are working here. This is the workshop there. This is, and then those are the topics I show you now. Those are the topics where, and this is 2 days. 2 days is the mini course. 2 days the mini course there. It's 2 days there, and 3 hours will be TMJ and posterior. This craniofacial. Here is the price is 35 euros. 2 days or 3 hours. The topics: the craniomandibular examination, postural diagnosis, posturometric diagnosis, neuromuscular diagnosis, the clinical test, some exercises for the craniofacial system, some manipulation of the jaw, and the bed, who is a device for every medical science to be used to annulate the negative effect of the craniofacial system. I think it will be a good opportunity, to follow our in this mini course you will learn a lot of things in these 2 days, and it's totally online, totally online. If you follow us I show you here. If you follow in our channel, in our YouTube channel, you have a lot of information, a lot of information about us and different different topics. If you go there, you can see. If you go to this channel, this is our channel. eh, this is our channel. You have a lot of video here. The people who want to follow us in this channel, you have a lot of videos to see about our webinars, about different topics, our promotion. Follow, register in our Silverio Di Roca. Is my YouTube channel. You have a lot, and in our also in our Facebook page and in our all socials. Don't forget. If you want, if you want to follow, this is our socials. Then we finish. Take care. And thank you so much to be here. And I hope a lot of you will be in our next course. Bye bye, everybody, and enjoy the end of the day. Bye bye.